I picked up my wife's phone today, just to check some pictures. That's all I intended. A simple, harmless moment. But then a message popped up, and everything changed. It was from her ex-boss. It read, "Let's meet again this week when your husband goes to the office." My heart dropped. My hands started shaking. I opened the thread, unsure of what I'd find, but fearing I already knew. What followed was a flood of messages, long, intimate exchanges. Words like relationship, missing you, need you close, and I can make you sleep. It felt like a dagger being driven straight into my chest. I couldn't breathe. My mind went blank. I sat there staring at the screen, trying to process what I was reading, trying to convince myself it wasn't what it looked like, that there had to be some explanation. But there wasn't. It was exactly what it looked like. After 20 years of marriage and 2 beautiful kids, I'm left sitting here, wondering, how? How did I miss this? What did I do to deserve it? What cracks were there in our marriage that I just didn't see, or didn't want to see? I don't know for certain if it ever became physical between them, but there are signs. Late-night texts, sudden changes in her behavior, that emotional distance that's been growing for months, years, maybe. And even if they never crossed that physical line, they've crossed others. Emotional betrayal hurts in a way that's hard to explain. It's like watching the foundation of your life quietly crumble beneath your feet. I feel broken, shattered. I don't even recognize my own life anymore. Eventually, we had a long, painful conversation. I needed answers, and she gave me some, but not the kind that brought comfort. She told me that she found emotional stability in that connection, that something in our marriage had felt empty, that he filled a space she didn't know was missing. She said she didn't seek it out, but it happened. In the same breath, she also said that our relationship had actually gotten better over the past 4 years. That confused me even more. How could things be better and still broken at the same time? She said she felt overwhelmed by my constant concerns about her. She said it pushed her away, that we've only been intimate a handful of times in the last 6 months because, according to her, she's just not into anymore. She says my desire for it made her feel pressured, and that made her retreat emotionally. I don't know how to feel about any of it. I'm angry, hurt, humiliated, but also deeply sad. There's still love there, somewhere beneath all the pain and confusion. She insists nothing physical happened between them, not even a kiss. And part of me wants so badly to believe her, to hold on to that one piece of hope, because if that is still intact, maybe everything else can be fixed. But another part of me knows that trust doesn't just come back. You don't just will yourself to move past something like this. The foundation of our marriage, honesty, faithfulness, security, has been cracked, maybe beyond repair. And now I'm stuck in this limbo, asking myself questions I don't have answers to. Do I stay and fight for the life we built? For the memories, the children, the years we spent growing together? Or do I let go of someone who didn't protect my heart when it mattered most? How do you forgive a betrayal that you never saw coming? How do you find the strength to love again without fear? How do you stop imagining the messages, the meetings, the looks, the silences? I'm standing in the middle of a life I thought I understood, one I believed was strong, safe, and grounded, and now everything feels unfamiliar. Like I've been living in a story that someone else was writing without me. I want to heal. I want to find clarity. I want to believe in something again. But for now, all I can do is sit with this pain and try to figure out where to go from here. My girlfriend lied to me the first time she went out with a guy. She told me she was going out with one of her girlies. I trusted her, but something felt off. So I asked her directly, is it a girl or a guy? She looked me in the eye and said it was a girl. But it wasn't. It was her guy best friend. That moment didn't just hurt, it broke something. It wasn't even just about the guy. It was about the lie. The choice she made to look me in the eye and tell me something false. Then came the second time. She was going on a vacation with her family, and she told me she was planning to meet the same guy again. A guy she used to like before we got together. I told her, honestly, that I wasn't comfortable with that. I wasn't controlling. I just needed honesty and respect. She didn't listen. Instead, she lied again. Made up a fake girl who was supposedly tagging along to make it seem more innocent. That girl never existed. I eventually caught the lie, and this time, her excuse was that she owed him dinner from 3 years ago, before we even met. Really? Like I'm supposed to believe that's a good enough reason to hide the truth? Then the most recent time, we were out on a date, having a seemingly normal evening. I was taking pictures of her with her own phone, and suddenly, a Google Photos notification popped up. It was one of those memory from a month ago reminders. It showed a screenshot of a call with a guy I recognized. Someone from my past. My stomach dropped. I opened her Instagram and asked her if it was him. And she lied again, said it was her cousin. She even told me to call him and confirm, as if I wouldn't see through the act. Was she hoping I'd get tired of questioning and just drop it? When I asked where the chats with that guy were, she gave me another strange story, that one of her girlfriends asked her to delete the chat because it contained private information about other girls hooking up, and they didn't want to be associated with it. But somehow, my girlfriend was still the middle person passing the info through this guy. It just didn't add up. None of it did. It's not even about one lie. It's about the pattern. Every time something comes up that makes me uncomfortable, instead of being honest, she twists the truth. She creates fake people, fake stories, and expects me to believe them. And here I am, 4 a.m., lying awake, asking myself the same question over and over again. Should I stay? Should I keep fighting for someone who lies every time I reach for honesty? She says she loves me. She says I'm important to her. But love without respect, without truth, without consistency, what is that worth? It hurts because I wanted this to work. I saw a future with her. I was willing to compromise, to grow together, to understand each other's pasts. But I'm starting to feel like the only one trying to build something real. Now I'm sitting here wondering, is it worse to leave and feel the pain of a breakup, or to stay and keep feeling the pain of being lied to? Because right now, it feels like I've been lied to more than I've been loved. And I don't know how much more of that I can take. When I met my ex, she was 36, and I was 43. She didn't have any kids, but she desperately wanted to be a mom. From the beginning, she came across as someone with high standards, strong morals, and solid values. I was honest with her early on. I told her my greatest fear, having a child at this stage in life, only to break up and end up a single father in my mid-40s. She promised me that no matter what, we'd always work things out, that we'd raise our child together as a team. We went through IVF, and to our joy, the first attempt was successful. 9 months later, our beautiful daughter was born. But not long after her first birthday, my ex wanted to walk away. Just like that. I was crushed. It felt like the very thing I feared had come true. Then came the real heartbreak. I found out, in the worst way imaginable. Someone sent me pictures and a short video of her having with another man. In our car. That moment shattered something in me. What made it even worse? The man in the video turned out to be a 5-time convicted felon, a known street-level drug dealer. He had a history of domestic violence and already had 5 kids with 4 different women. Exactly the kind of situation my ex used to criticize harshly. Her parents and I were stunned. None of us could wrap our heads around how she could get involved with someone like that. The woman who once held herself to such high standards, now making choices that were not just questionable, but deeply alarming. And there's a pattern. When she's around this man, her judgment and behavior take a turn for the worse. It's genuinely concerning. Right now, he's serving a 5-year federal prison sentence for a conviction involving a loaded gun in furtherance of a crime. If she ever tries to bring him into the same home as my daughter, I will go to court. I'll petition for him to have no contact whatsoever with her. I will present everything, the pattern of poor judgment, the history, the risks. Because I won't sit back and watch my daughter's well-being be compromised. She deserves better, and I'm going to do everything I can to protect her.